Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a few years since I've uploaded anything aside from that animation that I uploaded like a couple months ago now. I do apologize, but don't expect me to get back into a regular schedule or anything. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Captain America Brave New World Lego sets and checking out how accurate they are to the movie. Now, really, there's only one play set in this line. There is some brick heads and then a buildable figure. So the first set that we're going to be looking at here is 76292 Captain America versus Red Hulk Battle, which, as I said, is the only play set in this wave. The first minifigure we have is the Sam Wilson Captain America, which, as you can see, the wings are pretty blocky. They did come out with a really good piece that they used in that Marvel minifigure series. I wish they'd stuck to that, but they wanted to brick build this for some reason, so we get what we get. But could have been done better. Another gripe that I've always had with these Captain America figures is that shield. The original shield that they made back in the day for that first Avengers line is still the best. That like dark red mold. We're still getting this gray mold with the front of the shield printed on it, which I'm not a huge fan of. They should still revert back to that original. As far as the minifigure goes, we get dual molded legs for Captain America, which I believe is the first time, at least first time that I can remember. Something that I've always wanted, so happy there. Rest of the printing's pretty good for the most part. Not too much to say about that. Red Wings printed well on the back as well. The stickers, they do a fine enough job, but really just hate the blockiness of this whole minifigure. Second minifigure we have is the Torres Falcon. He's, got the same thing going on where he's got a brick built set of wings, which I don't like. Again, should just stick to that regular mold. Rest of them is pretty typical. No printed legs, no dual molded legs, so nothing special there. Definitely could use some arm printing or leg printing. One thing that I don't like, they give him two visors. He's got that actual like brick visor around his helmet, but then he's printed on as well. Don't really get that. Should just be the printed one, but that figure's alright overall, I'd say. Not a ton to say about the Ruth minifigure here. I believe with the torso they were going off some concept art. The face is fine, whatever, not great. Hair's okay. The legs are probably the best part of this minifigure here. And the big fig in this set is, of course, the Red Hulk, which Lego did not reuse from the old Hulk versus Red Hulk battle. Happy about that, but I'm not really surprised since they do this new big fig now with the studs on the back and the movable head and everything. So glad they went ahead and updated that. Looks pretty good overall. Nothing to complain about there. And here's the fighter jet that Lego gave us for the set, which looks a lot more like a spaceship per, Lego's usual agenda of not including military in their sets if possible. You can see they did have probably the correct concept art to base it off of. You can see the decals on the wings and everything. Not a great comparison overall to the film, though. Now, as far as accuracy to the plot goes, this set obviously doesn't hold up super well. This fight scene that they're laying out here actually never happens. Red Hulk doesn't show up during the fighter jet battle, but they did want to include everything in this one scene. This is probably one of the better ways they could do it without making it, a ridiculous size play set or including too much. So I can't really be that upset, but, as far as accuracy goes, it's not great. Additionally, you don't even get the main villain of the film, the leader, which I don't think has anything to do with trying to keep it spoiler free. I mean, he is in the trailers from what I remembered. Either way, set's not super accurate to the film overall. The other set I'm going to look at is 76296, new Captain America construction figure, which is about what it sounds, just a buildable figure version of Captain America. It definitely is a good representation, very accurate. I do like how we see that visor over him and everything, the helmet on top of his flight suit, so pretty cool. Not a lot to say here. And forgoing the brickhead set because I don't really care about them and they don't really contribute to the line of sets, let's take a peek at this line overall. Accuracy to the movie considerations. We're missing the main villain. We're missing side villains like Sidewinder. So, not super impressive there. The build isn't great. Minifigures are fine overall. Not really anything that sticks out there. Definitely some one miss on the concept art at least. But overall, I'm going to have to give this line of sets 2 stars out of 5. Pretty limited on what they could do. Small set, not a lot that they can include, but still not impressed with the job that they did. Alright guys, let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future. May get back into some of these. There's always new sets coming out, and there's definitely a lot that I've missed over the last couple of years, so maybe cool to take a peek at some of those. As always, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.